A routine procedural hearing in federal court took an unexpected turn today, opening the door to much bigger questions about whether key documents were accurate and whether federal officials acted within their legal limits. What was supposed to be a simple discussion about an interim appointment quickly grew into a much wider debate about authority, oversight, and the boundaries of federal power. Hey everyone, welcome to Frontline America. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. The hearing took a sharp turn when the federal judge openly challenged the accuracy of filings submitted by Attorney General Pam Bondi, who has been involved in parts of the cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. The judge questioned several of Bondi's statements about her review of grand jury materials and examined whether the appointment of Lindsay Halligan as interim U.S. Attorney in Virginia was even legal. At the center of the arguments today is the claim by both Comey and James that Halligan was not lawfully appointed as interim U.S. Attorney, meaning she may not have had the authority to bring indictments against them. Their defense teams argue that Bondi violated federal law by extending an interim U.S. Attorney's term beyond the allowed 120-day limit. They also say the appointment violated the Constitution's Appointments Clause, which requires Senate approval for principal officers. The Justice Department strongly disagrees. Officials say the statute allows repeated 120-day interim appointments and add that Halligan holds a special attorney designation that separately gives her the power to move forward with these cases. The judge pushed back on Bondi's team after reviewing filings that claimed the indictments were still valid because Bondi supposedly reviewed grand jury transcripts before Halligan took over. The court pointed out that these claims don't appear to match existing records, raising doubts about whether Bondi was as involved as she said she was. The judge made the core issue very clear. If Halligan's appointment is found to be unlawful, the court must determine whether that makes the indictments against Comey and James invalid. Legal analysts say the stakes are extremely high. If the court rules that the appointment process was improper, the prosecutions could be seriously weakened, or even collapse. In some other states, courts have allowed indictments to stand when longtime career prosecutors had a major role. But in this case, Halligan reportedly handled the grand jury presentations entirely on her own, giving the situation a very different legal angle. In a separate development, another federal judge raised concerns about how grand jury information was handled in the Comey case. In a rare and unexpected move, the judge ordered that certain grand jury materials, normally kept secret, be released to Comey's defense team. The judge called the decision extraordinary, saying there were serious questions about whether comments made during the grand jury process could have influenced the jurors unfairly. Some of those concerns included remarks about uncertainty surrounding Comey's ability to testify and mentions of possible evidence that had not yet been submitted. According to the judge, these issues could affect the fairness of the indictment and might require corrective steps. With all these developments, the spotlight is shifting away from the defendants and onto the conduct of the federal officials running the prosecutions. The judge reminded everyone that accuracy in official filings is mandatory, not optional, and that misleading or incorrect statements in federal documents can lead to major consequences, including sanctions or even challenges to the authority of the people involved. As the cases move forward, the court is expected to continue reviewing Bondi's filings closely, and the legality of Halligan's appointment will remain a central issue. With multiple hearings now underway and judges taking a closer look at every detail, the future of these prosecutions depends on whether the court finds any procedural mistakes, and whether those mistakes, if proven, should change the path toward trial. What happens next won't just affect these two cases. The upcoming decisions may set new standards for how federal appointments and prosecutorial powers are handled across the country in the months ahead.